Hi, this is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me the HTC HD7. This is one of the company's first Windows Phone 7 devices. You can see it's got some cool features, including a kickstand on the back. Nice big 4.3-inch display, and it's available now for $199.99 with T-Mobile USA in the United States. So here's the HD7 in its box. Let's open it up, lift it out. Here's the phone. Let's see what else comes inside. Got some sort of start guide and materials in the pocket here. Here's the start guide. Recycling program information, TNC, and information on Windows Phone 7. Not much in the box, very small, and a cool HTC USB type charger. You plug the USB cable right in there, and of course on the other end here it's micro USB. Other than that, it's just a pair of earbud stereo headphones. You can see right here, and there is a little controller here. Pull this rubber band off, and you can see that there are volume controls and call buttons and stuff right here, plus and minus, and then the call control in the middle. It looks like we've got a couple of extra foam earbud tips and maybe a clip. Yeah, a clip right here. And that's it. That's pretty much all there is in the box. So here's the HD7 itself. I've set it up already just so we can take a look at some of the features. You can see it's a nice big touch screen. Right now it's running at the maximum brightness setting. But before we get into all that, let's take a look at the hardware. First up, power button up top. Nothing to see at all on the left-hand edge. And on the bottom we have the micro USB port along with the 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right-hand edge, dedicated camera shutter button and the volume controls. The back's pretty interesting on this device for a number of reasons, both good and bad. You can see we've got a dual LED flash here, which is a nice feature, 5-megapixel autofocus camera, and a kickstand, which is pretty cool. It's metal, like a lot of the design elements on the device. Really good looking, kind of a brushed aluminum like thing. Nice, you can hear the click and snap and everything. Really cool. Also, soft touch gray paint. Really good looking and feels very nice. More metal accents as well. It says HD7 right there. But you can also see the really large gap between the removable top cover and the bottom of the phone's rear cover. Quite distressing. It just doesn't make any sense. It just seems as if the back panel here is too small, and that's a pretty large gap, and that really bothers me from a design standpoint. Touch sensitive keys down here at the bottom, of course, standard Windows Phone 7 configuration, back, start, and search. And you'll also notice the dual stereo speakers here, right here. The little grill on the right hand edge and the left hand edge makes it perfect for use when you have the kickstand up and it's in the landscape orientation, so you can watch the videos and have the stereo speakers on either side of the display, which is really great. I'm not going to get into too many details of the Windows Phone 7 system here because we've seen it all before. Every Windows Phone 7 device is pretty much the same as the next one when it comes to the user interface. Applications that are preloaded differ, but the main menu is the same, and you do find some differences in configuration options, especially when it comes to the camera. But largely, the devices are the same. So it's kind of like picking up one iPhone and going to the next iPhone. You really know what you're doing right off the bat. Good and bad because it's harder to differentiate the devices. So you can see right here we've got Netflix and Slacker Radio preloaded. There's also T-Mobile TV, which is one of the streaming media applications preloaded on the device. Netflix, of course, you can also watch movies if you're a Netflix subscriber. So here is the application all loaded up. I'm going to look at the live TV. Right now I'm on a premium account trial, 30-day trial, but you can also get free content without paying anything here. So I'm just going to pull up one of the channels. It's CNBC here, and we're on a Wi-Fi connection.
Would be protected. I hope not, because it disturbs
there you can see the video's not fantastic, but it's not horrible either. Maybe ESPN here. something equivalent to what you would see with Mobi TV, perhaps. Another one of the apps that T-Mobile preloads is called Family Room, and it's meant for sharing things, content between family members, except it only works with those with Windows Phone 7 devices on T-Mobile, so pretty limited. Not too people are actually going to be able to make use of this, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. If I scroll down through this rest of the start screen here, you can see I've got some Google Mail here. There's the web browser. Sales meeting tomorrow. This is pictures. There's some updates in the marketplace, and there's a link to HTC's Hub, the Telenav GPS Navigator, and of course my own status update. This was a test status update I put to Windows Live, but you can also post to Facebook as well, because Facebook and Windows Live are both built in to the People application. So you can see, you can tap on one of the letters here and jump ahead to a particular letter, and you can see there's Jack Black, for example. Swipe over here and we can see what some of my Facebook and Windows Live contacts are doing. You can comment, like things, all sorts of stuff. Pretty cool. Of course, this is only the start screen, so if you want to see the main menu, you jump over here. Now, I have a lot of extra apps loaded in here, but most of them came from HTC. HTC's Hub allows you to pick up a bunch of new applications that are exclusive to HTC's devices. Tries to add some of the Sense weather looks to it, but it's really just not that practical. It takes a while to load, and then now it's updating, and you're going to see the weather and everything change again probably. But it does allow you to get access to some applications, just by going, here we go, see how long that took to update to the current weather and everything. Hit Get More, and you can go see the featured apps inside the marketplace, which of course is home to all the applications for the Windows Phone 7 platform. One of the cool things is Attentive Phone. That's from HTC. Gives you some ability to decide whether you can silence the phone on picking it up or make it quieter at least, or flip it for speakerphone, things like that. I'll go into the Gmail client here. It actually seems to use Exchange support for Google Mail. Quite nice. So you can flag things, and you can just flip different views here. Works in landscape mode. Most applications do not work in landscape mode on Windows Phone 7, though. It's kind of distressing. But we can pull up a sample message here. You can see we've got attachments, some formatted text, just so you can see what it looks like. And of course, there's really good support for Microsoft Office documents in this, so we're going to pull up that, and you can see how you can edit and everything, and great support. And I really like the outline mode. Picks up the various headings in the document and allows you to skip ahead to them, which is pretty cool. One of the real weaknesses of the HT7 is the camera. I found it to be quite poor all around. The still photos look okay on the phone here, but even here you can see they look a little too digitized, and you can press the shutter button a little bit, focus, take the picture, but the photos are really, really heavily digital looking. They just look very, very processed, very unnatural, and some of them are actually unpleasant to look at. Unfortunately, the video is not much better. It records 720p video. I just switched to video mode there. Always starts up in VGA resolution by default, so you always have to switch that every single time you start the camera. Very annoying. Back out and record the video, but the video is really soft too, and you'll see in the sample video included in the review, actually there's black distortion here, just where it breaks up, so just very unimpressed with the camera in this device overall. Otherwise though, the photo handling in the device is good because that comes from Microsoft. So we can go through, things are nicely sorted. You can have favorites, sort by date, all your photos. You can even get updates from Facebook feeds and things like that, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to go into all the photos so you can see the camera rolls, the ones I've shot, and just jump into a random photo here so you can see how it works. You've got the multi-touch support, and it works okay. You can go into film strip mode like this so you can more quickly scan for things. Also works directly from the camera, which is nice. So it's a good photo experience in this regard, just not when it comes to actually taking photos. Here's the messaging app. Just going to pull up one here so I can respond to it, and you can see it's threaded. hard to do here around the camera, and the fact that this is a large 4.3-inch display doesn't make it any easier actually, and I'll just send that off. You can see it works, threaded just like you would expect. Text input's very good in Windows Phone 7 in general, although I find the touchscreen inaccuracy problems to affect it a little bit on the HD7, but it's still very good. Here's the web browser, based on IE7 and IE8. No WebKit support though, so you won't get some of the fancy looking mobile sites you see on Android or the iPhone, for example. I'll jump over to the full version. There's no Flash or Silverlight support though, but otherwise the browser works really, really well. It's very fast thanks to the 1 gigahertz Snapdragon processor. You can see even while it's still loading, I can fully interact with it, which is pretty cool. You can only see favorites and the URL bar though while you're in portrait mode. And you can see that here they are, they're organized quite well. So that's my quick look at the HTC HD7 for T-Mobile USA and other carriers across the planet. I'm Michael Orl from MobileBurn.com.